execute actions of tyranny, and people accommodate those aspects without question, eventually you end up realizing that we have a tyrant, we have a dictator. So this is a new era where the court must rise up and defend the Constitution. As from the bar, Your Honor, from the bar we have done enough. We have done what we could. We have protested enough, Your Honor. We have done all what we could do to demonstrate the aspects of the tyranny that this regime is trying to execute on its citizens. So, Your Honor, I do not know what the bar can do further than that. We leave ourselves. We leave the Kenyans who are coming to attend this court today and the 4 accused persons at your mercy. If this baby dies, Your Honor, it will die on your hands. If the patient dies, Your Honor, the patient will die on your operation table. And the court in this case is not just a mortician. The court has the capacity to rescue the patient. And the only way to rescue the patient is to summon the police commandant so that he can understand that he is under the jurisdiction of this court. To come and tell us the reasons behind the staging of the combat. And also to tell us where are our clients. Where are our clients? Adjournment of the case is one limb, but even pursuing this issue to the logical conclusion is also another issue. Number 2, the Chief Justice can also issue an address to the public to tell us that police officers have now become members of the judiciary. That is also can be taken from the Chief Justice. Otherwise, Your Honor, from where we stand, we are still willing to appear before you and proceed, being the other option. Subject to the summoning of the commandant. Your Honor, rise up and protect the Constitution. Rise up and protect the miserable, vulnerable people of the Republic of Kenya who do not have the capacity and the muscle that the state is exhibiting this morning. Number 3, finally, let the commandant come and tell us how unique this case is from others that are also before you. So that then we understand we are not just dealing with a question of access to justice and fair administration of justice and Article 50. We are now outside the ambits of the Constitution. We are now mundu kwa mundu. So that we understand, if I borrow that terminology. Your Honor, I leave it to you to make that determination.
Sorry, I shouldn't be rising, but something crossed my mind about what has just happened to the 4 accused persons who are missing from court now, though they were here in the morning. There was a man called Kimani Ruo. I don't remember the name, but I remember his lawyer was Kibe Mungai, who is my friend. He appeared before the court in what is the current Supreme Court, but was then the High Court building. He disappeared with no trace to date. The court must stop this madness. We don't know what will happen with those men. The police might come with the prosecutor here, the able prosecutor, my friend Mr. Njenga, whom I have learned to respect from yesterday because when we met. it is possible that these fellows will disappear and the police will come and say, we don't know where they are. We don't know where they went because they went to have tea and then they disappeared. They will say they absconded. But remember, Your Honor, that they have been faithfully coming to court when required to. There is a lady called Njiru, purported to have imported fuel of money that I'm envious about. I'm sure the court would be envious personally because 17 billion is not small money. It's money I don't want to have because I don't know what I will do with it. She also disappeared having been arrested by the police. And the police are prevaricating on what happened. The point I'm making to emphasize myself is really that the judiciary, and this court particularly, is the last beacon of hope. The police are crossing the Rubicon. They have crossed the red line. If they are not shown that they have crossed the red line, who will? What will? How will they be stopped? They might just kill me outside here and say Mr. Ndubi committed suicide by exposing himself to a bullet. So this court has a duty to tell the police you can't do this, to tell the prosecution, and I am not blaming the prosecutor, but the prosecution as a representative of the state, that we are not going to allow you to subordinate the court to its will. What the police are doing, they will come here and say, we had instructions, like you had the witness yesterday say they had instructions from someone. But they are not saying they had judicial instructions. It is time every judicial officer in this country rose to the occasion and stopped the police and the prosecution from abusing the power they are endowed with by the law. They have the power of the gun, the power of the penal code, the power of the CPC, the power of the Evidence Act, but they are not beyond the power of a judicial officer. You must express our anger, not to feel emotional about the way we feel, but express our anger to the state and tell the state, you cannot abuse my power, you cannot insult my power as a judicial officer, and you cannot intimidate persons who are subject to my jurisdiction. Even if they brought those 4 accused persons who are missing right here now and say, oh, they were outside taking tea. It is my submission that it is no longer possible to have a fair, free, public trial. And therefore, this matter must be adjourned in die, or give us a mention date when they will have that command. And yesterday I met the county CCIO. He's a friend of mine, I know him from Nairobi. How he mobilized these people to come here and intimidate us, I have no idea. And he's a fine man. He's a very fine man if you look at him. But when they use state power, they can abuse it. We are looking at the back. And it is only you, the judicial officer, who can face them and tell them, I can see beyond you. It is not possible that this matter should proceed at all today or tomorrow. Mr. Njenga can go back and take instructions as to why there are police officers around the court. They have barricaded the court. They are actually abusing. If you allowed me to say, they are violating and defiling the entire judiciary of Nakuru. Not just Nakuru, but the entire judiciary, by barricading the court and stopping public to come in, including accused persons. And there might be others who should be, like I said earlier, I shouldn't be spending too much time on it, people who could be in other courts. It is shameful, very, very shameful. Let the Chief Justice know, let the President of the Republic know that it is very shameful to barricade a judicial organ from executing its functions. From trying to even stop a lawyer of my age, my grandfather, and they wanted to stop him from coming in. How can they? How dare they? And when I ask them, who are you, they are not introducing themselves. They are not telling me who is the boss. I actually did some civic education out there, and they told me, just go away. We know what we are doing. And you, I'm sure that Your Honor, with respect, without bragging, I know that you probably know my reputation of doing civic education. I did that, and they told me to walk away. And I walked away. I took 1/2 cup of tea, and in obedience to your orders, I came back without finishing the cup of tea. Thank you. I do not know what the Constitution say in terms of, are they ready to proceed in the absence of accused person? I think this move by the police is in panic, and they want going through the back door. Say that we cannot proceed because of absence of some accused person. That is born out of panic and out of fear.